Okay. Not sure what happened in the last test, but the video just kind of cut out for at least a few seconds in the very beginning. Then it was fine after that. So hopefully this time we don't have that problem. I got my chat pulled up. You can see what I'm doing on my video in real time rather than delayed time, like what shows up on YouTube. So let's see what happens. These guys are all recasts from China, these Ork Lootas, which I think I purchased off of AliExpress back when you could just buy Chinese recasts anywhere. On any of the sites. I think Yoyhammer was still around back then too, actively, before they're all driven underground. Excuse me. And it probably wasn't necessary to order some strictly Lootas, but the price looked right at the time. However, now I realize if I'd gotten the proper GW set, I would have gotten bits to build Burnas and Lootas, I think. So I could have used the multitude of boys' bodies I got to build more specialists and less generic sluggas and choppas and shootas. That's alright. It's also the first time I've ever really worked with resin in a big way. Well, that's not true. I do have one guy from Black Scorpion that I must have done at least some cleanup on. I don't remember now. That's a project I have to finish for sure in the future. I think overall the cleanup's a little more on these guys than it would be on the regular boys. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright. This guy's done, I think. Looks pretty done. Have I been staying in camera? I haven't really been paying attention. This position for sure is in camera. Scritch, 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 scritch. My partner was saying she thinks, what is it? ASML people? The audio sensory folks might be interested in all the sounds that come out of the cleanup on miniatures. There's a lot of different sounds, after all. Pretty cool. If they like that sort of thing, then yeah, they should check it out. I'll remember to get water this time, so I won't get too dehydrated. Clipping gates. Clipping gates. I don't know too much about different resin qualities, but this stuff is very easy to work with. I'm certain that's got to be up to par with most other resins. For all of the details, great. There's a little bit of mold slippage on some of the torsos, but everything else so far has looked pretty good. His legs barely need any cleanup at all. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Scritch, 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 scritch. So yeah, we did a test game with my daughter using the kill team setup, but the Battle for Vedros rules. And it worked really well, I think. She needed a break after 2 rounds to go do other things, which I think is perfectly allowable when you're a 5-year-old. Let your attention go where it must. And the game wasn't in the way, so we were able to leave it just set up out in the living room. I have a folding table where I can set the legs down low so she can easily reach across to play. And yeah, the kill team dimensions overall for playing on are pretty great. They don't make for too delayed of a game, but you still need to move into position. She's able to keep the dice rolling for the most part. That's what she really liked, I think. And she also really liked winning. I could have prolonged the battle, but I didn't want to. I think she'd just be more interested if we just kept going. So I just left my guys where they were to have a last stand and let the dice roll and see who comes out alive. It was pretty close overall, so yeah, using the kill team points to build a 100-point kill team, then pit them against each other in the Battle of Vedros setup worked very well, balance-wise. Yeah, 8 guys versus 18 orcs and Gretchen. Okay, here maybe. Scritch. I'll have to do some filing on these after too, but I've read that you should probably wear a particle mask so you don't get all this little resin dust in your lungs when you do the filing. So for now, I'm just mold line scraping. Setting them aside. Ooh, look at this gun. Now the fusion blaster. Let's see, what should come off first? This one here. A little nubbin. And I think that's about it. I should probably check to make sure the stream's still going on YouTube. Maybe I can make a tiny window. Just look at it. Seem to have 2 pop-out chats for some reason. Oh, that's strange. Okay, there it is. So let's shrink this down. Make sure nothing odd's going on. So just keep a little eye on that. Down there. Squishing in some more. A little more. Let's see. Right there, I think. Oh, so toss it up like that. Bring it down a little. A little more. Not that you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright. There. Okay. There. That all works. I'll have to wait for the live stream to catch up before I can see. Oh, there it is. Health stream is great. Perfect. I'm so happy. I have my bitrate set at 35,000. It seems to be good. I have my frames per second set at 24 to give it that cinematic feel, and I think maybe that would help with the live stream a little bit too. Having the frames reduced a bit. And since we're used to looking at things in 24 frames per second anyway, that's not too far of a stretch, I wouldn't think. Pretty sure Uncle Adam from Tabletop Minions records in 24 frames per second. His videos have very cinematic quality to them. Oh, this one slipped in the mold a little. Scritch, scritch, scritch. There we go. I have to cut some stuff. Yeah, the cleanup is very reminiscent of a lot of metal miniatures I've worked on in terms of mold slippage. Well, the older plastic Battletech ones, they had a lot of mold slippage too. Scritch. Oofda. Scritch, 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 scritch. Scritch, 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 scritch. I feel like maybe I should put some music on my headphones when I do this. Especially if I'm going to be by myself. I don't want to talk to you. Wouldn't want to be too bored while I wait for people to magically someday show up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Alright. Why does YouTube always cut off parts of my video? There you go, I think. Do they? Yep. Alright, now I gotta look at this again. I'm gonna put my finger all the way up to the top of what I see. Now YouTube, catch up. I don't know what kind of levels out. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about then. I'm just going crazy. Definitely likely that I'm going crazy. Oh. This orc has a little hole in his tube. Probably can't see that. Will be sorrow. Yes, there will be sorrow no more. I have no idea why that song is stuck in my head. Certainly is not my favorite Bad Religion song. Certainly not my favorite, but certainly decent enough. Got a microphone in my face. I got a microphone in my face. And then the audio, on the test at least, seemed to sound really good. The video is pretty much as good as it gets for what I got. I'm getting a new camera. So I do feel perhaps I should look into getting a USB 3 webcam. So none of the computers I use actually have USB 3 because they're all older than USB 3, which is pretty old. I'm not sure why my gaming computer didn't have USB 3. I think it came out just the motherboard, at least, right before USB 3 became standardized in there. Right now, this webcam's hooked up to USB 3. It's a USB 2 webcam. Just because, I don't know if it helps or not. I looked it up, couldn't figure it out. Figured it couldn't hurt at least. We got open USB 3 ports on my father-in-law's computer, which is what I'm using right now. His gaming computer, which he had taken to Best Buy to get fixed, and they replaced the hard drive for some reason, even though it didn't need to be replaced. Left the old hard drive in there, I think. Oh no, maybe they gave it to him, and I just put it back in there. That's right, that's what we did. Well, in any case, everything was set to install on his solid-state drive, but it was just a tiny little solid-state drive. It's only 100 gigs. And he quickly ran out of room when he was trying to put games on there. And so it corrupted the operating system and it stopped working, so he had to just sit at home until I came for a visit, and he asked if I could fix it. I said, sure, I can do that. And then he asked if I could keep it until the next time they see me and put it through some paces, so I think this counts. Rendering a video for a live stream certainly is the most functional. I feel like my computer probably could do it, but the fan is so horribly loud. I would have to cut out most the noise reduction thing just to get it to work, and then I don't know if that would sound very good. It's kind of a pain lugging it around too. It's easier just to have this hang out in my hobby space, render videos, and once in a while I can just come in and play video games too. Why not? I guess I won't hobby in here all the time. Just most of the time. We also have a bed, though the bed is mostly just covered with hobby stuff right now. Unless we get a guest coming. And then we'll have a reason to clear it all. And then I can't use my hobby space, of course. We have guests, which is a bummer. But still, it's nice to have a dedicated hobby space most of the time. Certainly am fortunate that way. All right. Just mucking that up. I'm going to call it adequate until we put primer on, see how inadequate it is. That certainly is the way it goes. Right. Next is this thing. One of the problems not having an assembly guide is trying to figure out how some of these things go. And by looking at the pictures, it's not necessarily too apparent. I'll have to Far more research. Oh, look at that. Just clicked right off. That's not too surprising. Don't know why you'd put a gate right there, but maybe that's the only way to do it. Glue it back on. Yes. If I can, at least. I ordered a cutting mat. It should be arriving on Thursday. Oh, that one came off too. Well, I guess the decision's made. None of those things are staying. That's okay. They don't really need to be here. However, if this was legit, I imagine those would have been in better shape. Tough little guy. Sometimes when you're doing that stuff, you're just thinking to yourself, don't cut your thumb, don't cut your thumb, don't cut your thumb. But yeah, I'm getting a cutting mat coming in on Thursday to replace the granite block I used to have on here, which not only was too shiny, but also I punched in half, so I got angry. So now I just don't have it anymore. It will be missed. I liked it. I regret my actions. Alright. What else? These guys need smoothing out. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Trucking through a pile of stuff. Like, how does this even go on? I don't understand. Is it like this? How is it supposed to connect? Oh, this thing right here. Ah, yes. Oh, look at that. We go that way. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool. I wonder what Danny Pudet is doing now. Whoop. Now it's a party. So listen like that. All right. Well, that adds up. Clipping off all those gates is definitely... I think that's what they're called, gates. Could be completely wrong. But I'm pretty sure they're called gates. And if they're not, then I'm wrong. And who cares? They're definitely things that need to be removed. That's all we really need to know. I don't remember what I was talking about now. All right. This little light. Maybe you need a light for your gun. Sometimes you do. I need to throw a spotlight on something so I can blast it. With a fusion blaster? Maybe. I don't know about those. Those are the little bullet shell things too. I don't know if I'm going to put bullet shell things on. I'm not convinced I am. But we'll see. They aren't my forces after all, so we'll see what the boss says. I'm just clean them up. And then we'll assemble them. And then I'll prime them. And then we'll paint them. And then we'll fight. That's going to be fun. I think. I hope. Excuse me. Hope it's fun. Okay. That looks fine. That's fine. There's not a lot of people I watch who end up live streaming while doing work. There's Rachel from Two Bats. She'll live stream while she works. There was another person I watched. She would also live stream while she worked. I think she was Canadian. I can't remember her name. She hasn't been around for a while. Who else? Not many people. It's not a very popular thing to do. What's that stuff? Wire. What is a metal wire here? I was watching Vince Ventrella's video on his wet palette, the red grass one, and he said he puts copper wire in to fight mold. I don't think I have any mold in mine. My Tupperware one. But I also don't use foam. I use paper towel. So I don't know if that makes a big difference or not. Let's see it. Yeah. Hard to tell with all that paint bleed through. It smells fine. It smells like paint. So yeah, I don't think I need to do that. I think it's good. Alright, that's done. That's checked off my list. That's good. Yeah, it's easy enough to live stream while I'm working, because there's no one here to distract me anyway, but I think even if there was, it'd be alright. This setup, it's easy enough to work. I don't know how easy it is to see what I'm working on, but maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it does matter. I don't know. Who's this guy? I wonder where he gets attached to. Such a journey of discovery. This guy's got a little bit of armor on his shoulder. I don't think this needs to be here though. It's clear too. All right. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What's that from? What's that from? I always have jingles just kind of float around in my head. Yeah, the camera on my phone is definitely better quality. It has autofocus, which is nice. It's just so hard to see what's happening. And I could have swore that was in video the whole time while using it. But then, when I watched the video, it was not. It was quite disappointing. Click, says my speakers. What does that mean? Why are you clicking, speakers? What's going on? I wouldn't really describe myself as someone with a gift for the gab. Gift of the gab. What do I describe myself as? Maybe more of a natterer. Maybe just nattering. Spontaneous songster. Sometimes I just sing things. I don't know why. I also have a habit of reading out magazine titles in public. Or, ads or blurbs from a magazine. Which embarrasses my partner, for sure. She does not like that so much. I don't know what everyone else around me thinks. So I don't really care about that stuff too much. I have discovered something about myself, though. Social anxiety when it comes to hanging around nerds. Because usually I don't care what people think, but I actually do care what they think. Which is, I think, one of the very few situations that ever happens, so I find it a bit overwhelming. So I haven't actually gone out to game publicly with people I don't know. I had some people hit me up on the Game4 app to do some kill teaming, but nothing panned out there, and I didn't pursue it too strongly. Most of the time, the kill team events in stores don't line up with my schedule anyway. So there's a league going on now at my local game store, but I haven't actually even played a single proper game of kill team, so just the thought of going against people who actually know what they're doing is a bit of a deterrent. But playing at home will be a lot of fun. Once my partner gets a couple of games of Battle of Edros under her belt, I think we can move on to Kill Team and start trying out those rules. Excuse me. Then if I feel more confident with the way I play Kill Team, at least, the way Kill Team's played, then maybe I'll be able to go out and play against complete nerdy strangers. High-level geeks. Never even considered for mass production. Too weird to live, too rare to die. Alright, what does this one go to? We got the Fusion Blast. Let's see. Probably doesn't line up with that. Nope. Doesn't look like it. Oh, maybe. Are they all very specific? These rigs? Just don't know. Kind of looks like they are. At least somewhat specific. What a mystery. What a journey of exploration. Rough place to put a gate. Alright. Careful. In this case, I'm not scared about cutting off my thumb so much as cutting off this little bit. And I didn't, so that's good. But maybe I should. Just sand the rest of it away. That might be safer. But I certainly can't do a live stream and sand resin with a mask on. I would be even more intelligible than I am now. I've discovered something that's pretty fun. I've been watching videos of people slow it down to half speed and seeing who sounds the drunkest. Vince Venturella sounds pretty drunk. Luke's APS, pretty drunk. Uncle Adam, not drunk at all. Sounds like a kind-hearted simpleton. Mel from Trainiacs definitely sounds drunk. Chris Bello, just sound slowed down. Didn't sound too different, really. I think that's all the people I've watched with it. Oh yeah, the Scottish guys whose channels I just started to follow. I can't remember their names. But they just sounded slowed down too. They did not sound drunk. I think it depends on your level of enunciation. Maybe in your pacing. People who talk very sure of themselves, but perhaps do not enunciate as well, are very prone to the half-speed drunk sounding effect. Alright, that looks pretty good. Another harness. Maybe this one goes with the Fusion Blaster. Let's see. No, nope. No, let's see. Wants a wire poking his hand. I know I don't. This looks like the recaster didn't quite clean up the sprues. Left some of the nubs in while they made the mold. And then well, here they are. There we go. Oh, I got a camera again. Okay. All right. Here we go. I wonder what it'll be like when someone does chat. So I think the chat will come up instantaneously. But what I'm seeing and doing is basically, I think it's like 7 seconds ahead of what's being broadcasted to YouTube. So I guess they'll ask their question and I'll see it and answer it, and then 7 seconds later, they'll hear a response. It'll be interesting. I got one person said that she will come, but she works nights a lot, so I assume she's working nights now, and where she lives is also 2 hours ahead of me, so it's kind of late. Unless she is working nights all the time. She probably would be up. I don't know. Maybe I should check my phone. Check it out. See if she said anything. If not this time, maybe next time, hopefully. Or the time after. I wonder if I'll continue doing this if no one ever watches. And if I continue doing this, will people come? Is that how the algorithms work? If I have enough videos? A steady date? Will they start getting pushed forward? Showing up more in searches? I don't know. Just don't know how it all works. And that's okay. I don't know why, but I like having the label facing up. Nope. 42 minutes ago. Whew. How long has this live stream been going on? Just make sure it's still actually streaming. Let's see. It's good. All right. Oh, get that chat back. Just in case. Choppa, choppa, choppa. Choppa, choppa, choppa. I'm going to have to learn how to cast things myself, because I got stuff I bought off eBay, which is long out of print, and some of them are missing bits that I need. I have broadside pieces for the old XV8 tiny little broadside, and some of them are missing important parts. I got one that's got the arms, but it doesn't have the missiles. Another one that's missing. I think basically everything except for it has the guns, so I don't know what happened there. Maybe someone did a conversion where they use everything except for the guns. Maybe they made a missile boat broadside. That seems likely. I don't necessarily need to recast all the pieces, but it'd be handy to have some of those. And a lot of the old broadsides had super terrible weak ankles. Not to say the new broadsides don't, but the old ones were especially prone for breaking, so I wouldn't mind. You will make some replacement parts for those to reinforce the ankles. Well, maybe I could just keep hacking at them until I make something work. I don't know. When it comes to Kill Team, though, I don't have to worry about it. All I have to build is the XV15s and XV25s that I got. Which I think I have all the pieces I need for the 2 XV25s, and almost all the pieces for all my XV15s. But one guy's definitely missing a backpack. Radial thing. I don't know what they're called. So I would need to cast one of those for him. Or her. Otherwise that person won't have a complete set. They'll feel left out. That would be sad for them. So that's on my to-do list for sure. Figure out how to cast to make those little tiny replacement bits. There, he's good. Next is this arm. Yeah, there's a bit of the old sprue. clipping. Nicely cast into there. I'll have to put some tags on this video for sure. Recasts. Good tag, I think. I certainly wouldn't actively look for recasts. But if I happen to get some by accident, I don't think I'd care too much. If you're buying from an eBay seller and it turns out they're actually selling recasts, as long as they're good enough. I don't know. Not too expensive. That's the thing. Wouldn't want to be spending... Well, I mean, I wouldn't anyway spend that much on eBay. Depending on what it is, I usually only spend 2/3 of the current value of the product, including shipping. Usually only I buy off of one seller on eBay now, from Britain. They usually have good shipping rates, fun auctions, things of various quality. I've gotten some really good stuff from them. There's only ever one mistake, I think, and they fixed that, or compensated. I can't remember exactly what happened. Oh, scritch, scritch, scritch. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Get that mess piled up. I got what I think are legit parts from the local game store or geek store in the used bin from Imperial Armory. And it was some, what were they now? Some, where? Oh, oh, no. A Scorcha and a Rocket. They're pretty cool looking. They're resin. A lighter grade than this. Well, I tried looking up online and I didn't see anything about Imperial Armory and Scorches and Rockets. And that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes things just disappear off the internet forever for no apparent reason. That's always annoying. Oh, this guy's got holes in his arm. Probably doesn't matter because he's an orc. He's probably happy with his holes in his arm. But maybe I'll put a little green stuff in there. Maybe a little bit of green stuff in there. Plug those little orky holes. Make a little bit of sand too. Yeah, this little arm thing. There's a little hole in it. I don't even remember if this was a good price or not. I remember it being cheaper. Quite a bit. Than what Games Workshop was selling it for. But of course, I've learned that you get a lot less too. I mean, what if you got the proper kit? How much does the proper kit go for, I wonder? I've seen it before. I feel like it was $30 Canadian. And for these guys, I probably paid a third of that. Somewhere between a third and a half. Because that's how much they were being sold for at the time. Dirt cheap. Yep, can't wait to get a cutting mat. Sit down. Cut. Maybe. Maybe that's what I'll be doing. Self-healing cutting mat. As opposed to a blade dulling granite top. That's okay. When my blade gets too dull, all I do is grab the old carbide tip. Excuse me. Take out the burrs. Been using this blade for a long time. It's just from a cheap dollar store kit. You know, the dollar store in my old neighborhood had a lot of handy hobby stuff. The other ones don't have. I really like this broadhead. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that. I actually don't like my X-Acto blades too sharp. I find that sometimes they're harder to control if they're too sharp. Having a bit more dull. I don't know, I just find them easier to control. Less likely to slice through things that don't want to be sliced. Body parts or otherwise. I can also use the carbide tip on the mold line remover too. If you're getting too many burrs. Usually it's only after you use it on metal though. Plastic, it doesn't really seem to bother it. I'm not sure how much the resin will dull this guy. I do like this mold line remover. It's the only tool I bought from Citadel. But I heard good things. And it's lived up to it, really. My clippers are pretty generic. Zerons. Not much going on to them. Oh, I used to also use the carbide tip to smooth these out, too. Because I was chopping a lot of metal miniatures for a while. And yeah, works good. Yeah, being comfortable with your tools is very important. And being able to maintain them. Basically, I hate having to buy new tools, so just be able to re-hone the blades is just the best thing for me. Scritch, scritch, scritch. All right. Oh, it's a spanner backpack. Who's got a hole in their back for the spanner backpack? Anybody? I don't think so. None of these guys. Oh, you guys. Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you could probably fit in there. I always thought that was a weird little hole. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Oh, wait. Oh, here's the winner. There's the winner. He gets his custom shooter, too. How much fun is that guy having? So much. Okay. Doodle 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 doo. Doodle 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 doo. Doodle 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 doo. Doodle 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 doo. Every day I worry all day. Nope. What's waiting in the bushes for us? Oh man, I love that song too much. I wish I was listening to it right now. Next time we'll set it up. I gotta get a Winamp on this computer. I don't know. I feel very old-fashioned, I guess, because I do not like any modern kind of MP3 player. Of course, maybe even having MP3 players is not so modern. I don't know. But I just do not find satisfaction in most of them. Winamp. Some of them I really like. When it comes to playing all my old MP3s. Don't really buy music anymore. But I got some good old MP3s. I wonder where they are. I'll have to find them. Which hard drive are they on? Which one? Which one? Which one? Okay. It looks like a place there would be lines, but I think they might be a little bit. Oh, what's this? What's this? Okay. It's a good. It's a good show. Oh, that's it. Spanner. Ooh, this crazy head. Maybe this head is too crazy. I don't even know. Seems pretty crazy. Tip tap tap. Clean up this little chin. And let's see it. Oh, cleans up a little more. Smooth it out. Otherwise, you can have a bumpy chin. It's fine. Where's the mold lines? There they are. I found you. Sometimes how it feels when you're hunting for mold lines. Clean enough mold lines, though, you start to get the feeling of where they're going to hide. You just kind of know how they will lie. And then the trick, of course, is still cleaning them up. Sometimes they're tricky. This guy's a little tricky right here. Oh. Now we got him. Now we got him. How about this? This guy's helmet. So we got the clipping where it came off the sprue, and also the gate right here. So it's gonna be one bumpy helmet, but we can make it better. And of course, if you have a kind of a dented helmet, that's not too big of a deal. Well, chances are the helmet's gonna get hit every once in a while. That's why you wear it, so you're not taking knocks to your noggin. Scritch, scritch. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Scritch. That's good. This guy. This guy. This guy right here. That's right. That guy. Let's more this. Alright. Okay. Clean up his chin. Clean up that chin. Don't let it in. That doesn't make sense. Well, I mean, you definitely don't want your chin going in. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Oh, yes, water. See, I got a lot of visibility over here. Oh, sometimes it's tricky trying to figure out where you're going to put your webcam. Get a good shot. There's one nice thing about the phone. I just wish I could see what the phone sees. That's all. I also figured out I had to set OBS to the proper canvas size. It was displaying too much originally, but once I set it to what YouTube will see, it's a lot better. I think. Pretty sure everything's good. I always feel doubtful now. I'll have to watch the video again later. I don't know. Speaking of the video, I should check on it. Make sure everything's good. Everything looks good. It says one watching. Who could be watching? Is it me? Am I the one watching? Could be me. I could be watching. I don't know. I just don't know. Very close. I think ultimately what I would like is a nice, powerful, quiet computer and a touchscreen monitor set up. Just like it does reach over and go beep boop bop boop boop on the screen. And I'm gonna be crossing my arm to grab this mouse awkwardly. That would be good. I do believe. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Scritch, scritch, scritch. More scritch. Oh yeah, scritch. Scritchy scritch. Alright, let's see. Your big shooty gun's good. All that. What you really need is a little tiny missile to go with it. And then you're doing good. Would we like to play these as the actual weapons they are rather than just what are they called? Def guns? I think they're called def guns. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Let's see. Well, that fits nicely, actually. Oh, got a fusion blaster and a little tiny rocket. I've been streaming for 1 hour and 6 minutes. 7 minutes. 1 hour and 7 minutes. It takes a long time to clean up stuff. That's why a lot of people just skip it, you know? Who can blame them? Your miniatures will still look okay on the table. Once you pick them up, then they won't look so good. Which is why I gotta clean up everything that I can. It'll bother me. I can stand to miss the odd mold. Stand to miss the odd mold line, but not too many. Drive me bats. Bats? Excuse me, batty. The batty's the one. To drive me batty. Having too many mold lines. Sometimes with like soft miniatures. Excuse me. Like what come out with board games. Excuse me. Sometimes I don't clean those up. I just leave the mold lines there. So I guess it doesn't drive me batty. Maybe it just depends on the day. That's probably the answer. All depends on the day. But in the end, I'd prefer to have a finished miniature. That's something I'm just gonna get angry about just because there's some mold lines on it. Just if you're halfway done, just keep going. Just paint it up. If it really bothers you, you can just strip it and do it again later. And if it doesn't bother you, then you got a painted miniature. So, booyah. Booyah, Grandma. Booyah. What is this? What is this here? What function do you serve? Should you be there? It's part of it. Definitely part of it. I don't know. They seem like very orky guns to me. Not looted guns. Unless they looted them off another orc. I mean, that's reasonable to assume, I guess, that they would do that too. But, yeah, I don't know. Would he like a searchlight? That make his day? Help him see? While he's dacking it up. Dacking? Doesn't really seem like it fits that well. Oh yeah, this is the gun where you can put the little bolts come flying out. Just like this, I think. I don't know. I don't know if I like eternal action. Let's see. Yeah, get the top here. I just broke what? Little decoration. Oh. Little jangly bit's gone. And it won't be missed. Maybe it will. I don't know. Jangly bits. Always jangling off. Then we got to drill some gun barrels. Ooh, you got to drill your gun barrels. You can't just color a black dot in the middle of it and call that done. Can you? Of course you can. I can't. I have to drill them. Sometimes you just got no option. You just got to do it the way it's supposed to be done. This part looks like something busted off here too. Maybe that was that piece. No, it wasn't that piece. I don't know. Too many jangly bits, guy. Oh, this thing is jangling off your big shooting gun. Big shooting gun. If you call this the actual gun, what would you call it? Twin-linked big shooter? Yeah, maybe. Maybe a big twin-linked big shooter. That doesn't seem unreasonable. According to Battle of Vedros, that's a roll of 3 dice and you get to re-roll the misses. That's not so bad, is it? It's a lot of firepower. Take out a man's marines. Unless you're doing orc on orc violence, which the game is not necessarily set up for. It doesn't say you can't fight orc against orc, but it also doesn't say that you can. Just do whatever you want, I suppose. It's too late. They gave you the game. It's yours now. Well, they didn't give you the game. Sold you the game. Excuse me. I'm really happy with the Battle of Vedros kit. Got some handy things I never got because I was out of miniatures at the time of, what was it? Assault on Blackreach, I think. Where all the models came from. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting sleepy. Look at that, only 10% of my CPU being used. That's great. I mean, it says 36 kilobytes per second. And I set it at 3,500. I think. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I'm looking at stats, not really understanding them. Yeah, on my laptop, everything gets crunched. It says I haven't dropped any frames, so that's nice. It doesn't say anything about my video processor. But this has dual ATI 7700s twin linked together, whatever it's called. You got 2 graphics cards, so Theoretically, it should be able to handle. It's a video rendering business. Yeah. Theoretically, you shouldn't have any problems at all. Unlike my poor laptop, which can't do anything. Heck, it can barely boot up. So slow now. But I just don't think I want to buy a new laptop. But I do like how handy it is in my hobby space. I do mostly just listen to live streams and YouTubery on it. And it does all that perfectly fine. It's quite slow to boot up. Load. I don't know what I'm going to do when I rebuild my gaming computer, which I'll do eventually. Definitely got to get a new case for it. It was a pre-built Acer, so the case was not the best to begin with. Is this a little tiny gun? You can put a little tiny gun on your regular gun? That's handy. How exciting. Sometimes I think I should just buy a better gaming case and put my existing computer in it. Which should help with the heat management and clean off the heat sink. Put the compound back on. Make sure all the dust is out of it. I see propel that sucker. And then maybe it could do some live streaming for me. Its overall setup is pretty good. It's got a Phenom 2 6-core processor and a GTX 660, which I think should be able to handle this live streaming business. I mean, really should. I also actually installed Streamlabs OBS rather than regular OBS like I did on the laptop on this computer. That whole gate can come off. I'm not sure which one I like better. Regular OBS seems to be good. Really does the trick. It's not very invasive. Uh-oh. Your little tubes are busted. I'll have to mend that, won't we? So yeah. And if it does work, then I could relegate it to live streaming in this room, especially if I got a touchscreen monitor. Nice quiet case. But then I have to still buy another case, so maybe 2 cases. Another power source unit, which I probably should get a new one anyway, since that one was getting pretty old. All new components. How exciting. But expensive. This is why I've not pulled the trigger. I've been wanting to rebuild for years now. Ever since I played Dragon Age Inquisition, and I could not run it. Which I think was due to the CPU. So while it does have 6 cores, only clocked at 2.6 gigahertz. Some games just, they do not like that. They do not like that at all. Does this go here? Does that fit well? Maybe. Nah, it's not the best fit. Bonk. Wait, did I get all the mold lines? No, did not. Just clean off flash. That's all I did here. Okay. Well, nearing the end of the pile. Look at all this stuff. All that stuff. Not too much. Smooth this out. Better cut this. It's probably part of the original sprue. Right. Back to it. Scritch. 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 Scritch, scritch, scritch. Okay, done. Whoop. That's a custom one, I think. Old sprue left over. Cast it in. You really can't blame people for buying recasted Forge World stuff, that's for sure. From what I heard here, sometimes the quality is better on the Chinese recast than it is from the actual product, not to mention infinitely cheaper, so unless it's really ethical, it's definitely the way to go. Never have understood Forge World. Never bought anything from Forge World. Never bought any recast stuff from Forge World either. Not a Forge World guy. But I've seen some cool looking stuff from Forge World. Oh, that's gone. Whatever it was. And that's fine. Don't even need it. Whatever. What is he doing with this thing anyway? It's a part of. Where's his other arm? This. Nay, 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 nay. 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 Probably. Oh yeah, that seems to match up. Let's just stick it right there. Could be. Adds up. What do I has that ball sticking out of his head. What does it mean? So when it comes to building this Ork kill team, I told my partner just go for the rule of cool. Just if you the way it looks, and take it. So she took 2 of the metal burner boys, 2 of the metal big shooters, 5 of the Space Crusade Gretchen, and she's thinking about taking all 5 of these guys, the 4 Lootas and the Spanna. But we're going to do a dry fit assembly with blue tack first, and then she can say if she likes the looks of any of them or not. And then once that's done, it's down to regular boys. Slugga boys or Choppa boys. Maybe she wants, Shooter boys. Which is also alright. She'll have to decide. And then lots more cleanup. So much cleanup. Clean up. When I did my daughter's orcs from the eBay lot, I just stripped them quickly. So some were stripped better than others. And then I cleaned them up as best I could, moving whatever mold lines I saw. And then primed them and painted them, however they were, as good as they were. Some were not so great, but in the end they all painted up fine. But with my partners, I actually chopped up a lot of the arms off of the boys, just separate it all so that I can clean them up a lot better when it comes time for assembly. She really doesn't have too many left. So this little tiny skull probably belonged to old what's his nuts. This guy. It's probably like right there. No, doesn't add up. I don't know. Anyway, I don't really need a little tiny skull. I don't even like little tiny skulls. But I'm gonna chop you up. Right here. What is this? A child-sized skull? That's not something I need. Hanging off a gun. Put it in like a rubble pile at best. Okay. So I'm working on this dude. He's got a gate here. Definitely going to end the live stream after I'm done cleaning up these orcs. We'll see if my partner's still awake or if she fell asleep watching TV. It'll probably be pretty close to the 2-hour mark, which is pretty long. It's a long video about nothing in particular. Nothing in particular. So shut your mouth. How can you say? I go about things the wrong way. Get it, got it good. All right. Next. I've got some spikes on his top flat bit. You know what? I got lots of spikes. Maybe I'll glue spikes onto things that are flat. It's like, why is this flat? Don't know. Put some spikes on it. That adds up. Well, they're not my orcs though, so I'll see what she says. She wants things spiked up or not. Scritch, scritch. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Scritch, scritch. For my next live stream, I'll probably go back to putting the washes on those Rising Sun guys. So I better make some more progress on those. Oop. Ah, it's a miss. Yep. Getting tired. That looks decent. It's gonna be a pain to drill out those barrels though. Well, I did drill out all the barrels on the Space Crusade grot weapons, which are pretty tiny, so definitely do the barrels on these guys. No problem. That doesn't mean they won't be a pain. Actually, I don't even remember if the grot ones were a pain or not. Or if I just assume they're going to be a pain and they're actually fine. It's likely. Oh wait, I was gonna come back in here with this guy. There we go. There we go. Clean up some of this. Flibbity doops. Oh yeah, I should take that bit out. Actually, I'll probably keep all these little things. Put them in my random stuff pill bottle for basing and whatnot. Those are good shapes. Good squarish shapes. Should add visual interest to whatever I put them on. If I was charging commission for this stuff, it's a lot of hours in just to clean them up. You can only imagine commission painters charge for assembling Forge World stuff. I'm an orc. And I got blades on my boots. On my boots. On my boots. I got blades on my boots because I'm an orc. I don't know. I don't think having blades on your boots is that great. Yeah. Pain in the butt. Moving around the battlefield. Getting your feet caught and stuff. Because you got blades on your boots. Blades just stick into things. You're like running around with hockey blade skates on. Does not seem conducive to me. Yeah. tripping. Do 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 do. I've been wanting to listen to Run DMC a lot lately. I have not been doing so. Should really get on that. Get some Run DMC playing. I'm not really a hip hop guy. I do like Run DMC. Well, the old stuff at least. I don't even know if there is new stuff. And if there is, I have not listened to it, so I don't know if I like it. This can go. This can go. Okay. That's good. What's next? These little bullets. Clip. Do I want them? Probably not. Do I only have one set? No, I got two. Alright. I got more in the bits too. All the bolts a man could ever not want. Well, that could be good on scenery, I guess. Just... Oh, I broke. And that's okay, because I don't care about them. No, don't care. Not going back. This guy's getting all shirtless. Except for his handy chain, which holds his spike on his shoulder. Oh, that's the custom span guy. I see. Apparently, according to Kill Team, you could just have a big shoot if you wanted. Doesn't have to have a custom one. Or you could have a rocket launcher. Also handy. Well, I guess I'll have to ask her which one she wants. Do you want the big shooter? The rocket launcher? So I got one. Not the right one, but I can make it work. Or do you want the custom blaster? Is that what it is? Custom blaster? Maybe. Maybe it's a custom blaster. Ooh, look at that. How many more things? All those iron sights. Head. Gun. Plates of stuff. That doesn't look like anything I need to do. And a little rocket. overall, I think the Lootas are pretty cool. Were I to buy more, I would definitely get the proper box from Games Workshop. Because I probably still have boys' bodies lying around, ready to receive some gear. Upgrade them up. Get a little bang for your buck that way. Plus, it's just better to have legit, I think. In the end. Itchy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do these guys next? Yeah. Right. Oh. Looks like a pain in the butt. Alright. What's that? This is left over from old gate. Probably. Should I clip it off first? Oh no, wait. Just recast the whole sprue. That's all he did. Just that whole sprue. I should get some Gorilla Glue for this resin business. Some of these things look like they would fall off fairly easy. So, some snap because of resin. Tell you what I'd really like. Some upgraded crew members for all the old Ork vehicles. So overall, I like the old Ork vehicles. I don't mind that they're kind of small, but I don't like how weedy those old Orks are. I mean, the other option would be to maybe replace them with goblin drivers and I could reuse the arms. That'd be cool. I have thought of that, but I don't know. Replacement Orks. Could they even fit in those tiny little vehicles? I think so. But I don't know so. I think so, but I don't know so. That's okay. It's okay to think things without actually knowing. He's got a little crown on his helmet. other guys like this. He's unique. It's always hard winning the lots that have a lot of bits, that's for sure. Bits are worth their weight in gold on eBay for the most part. But you can get some fun stuff for sure. Got a lot of cool stuff in some Ork bits. I think I got a Space Marine bits one too. Once. For not an outrageous amount of money. Not that cheap either. But yeah, with all those Ork bits, I've been able to really have some fun on Kill Team. That's for sure. Building wise, at least. Building the Orks. I think you're gonna be sick of Orks by the end of this, though. Annika's next, and then mine at the end. Probably leave mine to later. I'll work on something else. Gretchen. I want to convert a lot of old Night Goblins into a Gretchen Revolutionary Committee kill team. Because they're pretty cool. And oddly enough, they're bigger than newer Night Goblins. Which was pretty surprising. What's this doing over here? I already did this. Oh, further ahead than I thought. Very nice. Alright. You and you. Almost done. Yep. Close to 2 hours of live streaming. Look at that. Look at me go. So good. I'm gonna smooth out your little feet. Make it so you can stand up nice. Okay. All right. Scritch. Scritch. Uh-huh. A few spots like this. Get a mold line out of a pant crease. My goodness. All right. Last one. This little rocket guy. Or did I do him already? Kind of looks like I did him already. Why did I have that over there too? Oh, can't even hold it. No, maybe I didn't do it. Okay, look at that, all done. So I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you, nobody, for showing up. Just me, like me. And that's it. I'm gonna stop. Bye bye.